And I'm going to share my screen. And go to today's slideshow. Okay, I didn't add this to Google Classroom yet, so let me add it to today's assignment, even though you always have access to it. Might as well add it here too. Okay, so everything I talk about today is on a Google slideshow, but I'm also I'm recording this so that folks that weren't here can review it later. So today I'm going to talk about hyperlinks, about how to put hyperlinks in slides and sites and to docs, and I'm also going to explain why we do this as we go. So first of all, a hyperlink, as you all may know, is just a link that goes to another place. So for instance, I'm in a slideshow right now. I'm going to present this so that you can see how they work. I know you've seen this before, but see where it says index and it's underlined? If I click this, it goes back to my index slide. But this index slide could be anywhere on this presentation. I'm going to click back on the 17th. And that's not the one I was looking for. This is the one I was looking for. Okay, so hyperlinks. Here's how they work. In Google Slides and also Google Docs and Google Sites, you select the text that you want, and an internal link is going to link this word to one of these other slides. So I'm going to choose this one, which is slide number 8. I've got the text selected. I'm going to go up here to this little chain and click link. I'm going to select slides in this presentation, and then I'm going to scroll down until I get to slide number 8. And you'll notice they are all labeled. So slide number 8, apply. Now I don't like the way this light blue goes in here, so I'm going to select this and change the text color to look like this with the dark blue. I'm also going to bold it because I like it to really stand out that it's definitely something you want to look into. So when I present this and I click slides, it goes to that page. So let me go back to the index, back to the 17th. And I've got 2 different slides labeled the 17th, so that's why that one freaked out on me for a moment. So that's an internal link. An external link would be any other link that's not part of this slideshow. So for instance, I'm just going to type in a random, oh, do me a favor, in the chat, type in the name of your favorite cartoon character, just as an experiment. I'm curious to see what you guys are into. I'm going to type in Bugs Bunny. And then I'm going to click on images. And because I don't necessarily want a color image, if I go to Tools and select Color, I can specifically say to select only black and white cartoons. Oh, nice, here's a walk sequence. So I'm going to click on here for this image. I'm going to click on the image here. And then I'm going to scroll down on this page to find out where the image is. I'm going to click the image here. That's going to open it up in another window. And then if you notice there's a magnifying glass, that means this is larger than it shows here. So I'm going to click the magnifying glass. And it's not much larger. In any event, I'm going to save this image by right mouse clicking on it, or if you don't have a 2-button mouse, if you do control click, it does the same thing. Control is on your keyboard, right next to the shift key, right below it. I'm going to select Save Image As, and you notice it says Bugs Bunny's Evolution. I'm going to save it to my desktop. And then I'm also going to copy this link right here. So I'm going to select this link and copy it by either right mouse clicking on it and selecting copy, or holding the control key down and tapping the letter C for copy. Then I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back to my slideshow. This is already selected still. So I'm going to click the link here. And this time I'm going to paste it in either by right mouse clicking and selecting paste, or holding the mouse key down and tapping the letter V as in Victor. And I'm going to apply that. But there's one other thing I want to do. Since I downloaded that to my website or to my desktop, I also want to save that image on my Google Drive. And there's two different ways I'm going to save it. First thing I'm going to do is navigate to where my folders are. And you have to remember that I've got tons and tons of stuff on my Google Drive. But you should have a folder called 8th grade or 7th grade, depending on what grade you're in. I'm going to go into this folder here, and Clark Middle School. And I'm going to double click this first 8th grade folder. In fact, I'm going to change this to 7th grade so that I'm not confused. Double click 7th grade. I want to upload the file. File upload. Go to my desktop. It's right here at the top because I switched to date modified. Double click that and it's going to upload it to this folder. So I have this image in my folder. I also want to create a Google Doc with the link. So I'm going to go to this plus over here, new Google Doc, blank document. And up at the top here, I'm going to title this period 3 references. And then in here, I'm going to type in Bugs Bunny. So here's how big the link is, and here's the significance of hyperlinks. I'm going to paste this in here by holding the control key down and tapping the letter V. That's a really long link. Really confusing. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to select this text just like I did on the Google slide. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to click on the link and paste that in here. So now rather than having this really lengthy website address, I just have the listing of where I got it with the hyperlink on it, and I'm also going to put the date. And that doesn't necessarily have to be bold. I just like to bold the hyperlinks so that they come out a lot more obvious. So then I'm going to go back to my September 14th Google slideshow. Oh, one other thing, sorry. In here, I'm also going to put the image. So I'm going to insert the image that I just uploaded from my Google Drive so that I can see a reference. And I've actually never seen this before. I think this is very cool. So this is the evolution of Bugs Bunny. Anytime you scale an image in anything, rather than going like this to make something fit, a lot of people do that, always hold the shift key down and drag it from one of the corners, and notice how it's scaling proportionally. So there's one other cool thing that you can do in Google Docs. After you import the image, you can click on it to select it and add a hyperlink to this as well. So I've got that hyperlink in 2 different places, in 2 different ways on one document. It's here, and it's also attached to this image. I'm also going to put it in here. So if I wanted to do that same thing for Bugs Bunny, Again, this is an external link. Since the computer remembers that I just saved this, I can just do Control K, which is the same thing as clicking here. If you notice right here how it says Control K, that's a keyboard shortcut. So Control K, after I select the text, if I do Control K, it pulls up this dialog box and I can just paste it in here by doing Control V. And then again, I want to change the color of the text because I don't like that light blue text. It doesn't show up very well. And I'm also going to make it bold. It's just one of my habits that I do. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I want to put that Bugs Bunny image down here. So I'm going to go up to Insert Image from my Google Drive. Oops, I didn't upload it yet. Sorry, let's upload it. Oh wait, there it is right there. Recent. It's not showing up. Let's do this. I'm going to right mouse click on this and select Share. Then I'm going to copy the link. Insert image by URL and paste. Right mouse click, paste, or Control V. Can't find that web address. Okay, so it's not doing that. Okay, well, I'll find out why this isn't working, because the image is obviously here. So there's the image there. Not sure why it's not letting me insert it here. Let's go to my drive. Mr. Wing's rooms. Clark Middle School. 7th grade. Bugs Bunny. Okay, so the other thing that I want to do, just because it's fun, for me anyway, I'm going to copy this link, and I'm also going to attach it to this picture. So now that when I present this, there's a link on SpongeBob, and you can always tell where there's a link. If you look at my cursor, it looks like a little pointer. When I roll it over where the SpongeBob picture is, notice how it changes to a little finger. Same thing on Bugs Bunny here. So that'll take me back to this original site. And that is essentially the presentation for today. I'll show you later how to import YouTube videos if you haven't figured it out yet. But let me move this. So here's the reason why I'm asking you to do this. This is research. And we always want to, just like when we're writing a paper, we always want to save the information. We want to save the hyperlink. We want to save the file in your Google Drive so that you can put it in your Google slideshows. And we always want to give credit to another artist when we copy their work. So for instance, if I could find the name of the person that drew SpongeBob, and I drew that same picture, just like you see in the presentation, if I drew this, it would be a great idea and a credit to the artist who originally drew it. On my drawing down below, I would put after and whatever the artist's name is. And that's just something that tells the viewer of your artwork that you're giving credit to that person. So I'm going to stop my share now, stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to stop recording.